It's been a few months. Kind of feel bad about it. I haven't been posting much on YouTube. Still been watching videos, commenting on stuff, but haven't been adding any content to my channel. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I've appreciated people who do follow my channel. I've actually still been getting some subscribers, which I appreciate quite a bit. I've been getting a lot of views on my old videos, such as stuff I've talked about, this camera and other things in the past. So I do appreciate those of you who are watching, and I need to get more content out there again. So I'm kind of giving a quick overview of what I've been doing, camera related for a while. So you see my X-T1, obviously. I'm going to post another video about this lens, but this is the new 35 f2. I picked that up recently. Here's the old 35-1.4. Again, I'm going to be talking more about this lens as I use it more. So I got this recently, loving it. Totally recommend it. You see the battery grip. I actually picked that up even more recently. Been kind of thinking about it for a while, and maybe it would be beneficial. And I've been doing a lot of portrait orientation shots of my kids and whatnot, and family members and other folks, and thought it would be useful because it gets tiring holding this camera with your arm over your head like this. It'd be kind of nicer to have this grip like this. So I went ahead and finally was thinking about it, and Amazon and all of the stores had it on sale, so it was a good discount. Picked it up, and it's cool. I do really appreciate, obviously there's nothing to do with the battery grip, but when you're using this camera and you're looking through the viewfinder and you go, I don't know why the screen, I've seen people talk about this, I don't know why the LCD doesn't do this, but when you take the camera and move it into a portrait orientation, in the EVF, all the information shifts to the vertical orientation, and it makes so much sense. And holding it like this, it's a comfortable grip. It's really nice. I don't know if it'd be necessary if I only say I shot the majority in landscape orientation. I don't know if having this extra bit here would really be a big difference to me. I know some people really don't like their pinky kind of hanging off or being tucked under the camera. I really like the grip on the X-T1, so it doesn't bother me. I have like medium-sized hands, so I don't know if that's part of it. If I had larger hands, maybe it would be a problem. But anyway, I don't think it adds too much. In fact, in some ways, I almost like, and I've been going back and forth when I've been just going out, and I kind of like for purely landscape, or if I'm not going to specifically take portrait shots, I do actually appreciate the camera more without it because it's so small and it's quick. You just pull it off. There's no like insertion thing into the battery bay or anything. It just has those contacts. There's a little spot to store the little rubber grommet, and it works really nice. I'll just take it off real quick to show you guys. As you can see, really quick, there's these two alignment poles, and you see them back and forth. The little rubber thing pops off the bottom of your X-T1. There's a little space to store it in here, so you can see right here, you just slip it in here, and then these are actually like spring loaded. They make contact with the bottom, and I think Nikons are like this too, from what I've read, and fits really well. But what I'm getting at is the grip to me works better when you're holding it like this. I kind of, I guess, tuck my finger under there like that for this type, but when I'm doing a lot of portraits, this just gets tiring on the arm. So by having this, again, you just line up these two little metal poles or rods, whatever you want to call them, quickly screw it on, and get it pretty tight, and you're good to go. Again, having this extra bit for my finger doesn't really make a big difference to me. It's nice, but I don't think I like it more. But this is a huge difference. So when I'm doing portrait shots, I love that. And it is kind of nice to have. I only have two. Well, actually, I have three because I have my X Pro 1 still. But I only have basically like one spare, because I usually keep one in each camera. It's nice to be able to have the two batteries running at the same time, because you don't have to worry about swapping them out when one of them dies. But honestly, I don't think that's that big of a deal. In the reality, it's actually smaller to just roll with the camera and have a battery in your pocket, or a couple batteries in your pocket or your bag, than roll with the battery grip. But again, it has value when you're taking portrait shots. At least to me, that's the main thing. I know some people want the bigger grip, but it's all about the portrait orientation, and I'm happy with it. The build quality is nice. It's plastic, but it is It's nice plastic. So something I also want to talk about is this old guy. This is the MC EX11, and I posted a video about this a long time ago. Same old thing. You guys probably know what this is, but it's the macro extension tube, the 11 millimeter one. The reason I'm talking about it is I I don't know why. I just never thought to use this with my 56 1.2 lens. I think it was Jonas. What's his name? I'll put a link to his website in the video description. But he's a ex photographer. He had posted kind of a review on the 35 f2 that I was just talking about. Back here, their new lens, and one of the shots he had said, we called it product shots of the lens, he had done with the MCX11 and the 56 1.2. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I never even thought to use that. When I was using this before, I was taking really, really close macro shots with the 18 millimeter f2, which lets you get almost too close. To be honest, it's so close that it's hard to get like flashlight and like literally have to fire it straight in from the side because you can get so close to the front lens element. You can't even use the hood with it because you get so close. So I used that. The 27 I kind of felt was sort of useless. It let you get closer, but it didn't really help. The 35 1.4, it works pretty decent, but I kept going back to the 18 just because I thought, well, I have a macro extension tube. I want to get a macro shot, and it's the only one that really let you get. I don't know what the magnification was when you get that close, but with the 18, it's really close. But the 56, I don't know why I had just never thought to mount it up. And what I found, I'm going to post a couple shots I took of my kids. You can take. He was taking whatever he was calling it, product shots of the lens. You can take some really interesting, like portrait, like off style, like whatever artsy portraits of people with the 56 and this, because it lets you get really close to their face, and with a flash you can really show the details on their pores and their skin, little hairs. On an adult it's going to look awful, but on my 4-year-olds, they have really nice skin. And you can take some neat stuff. And again, I'm going to show one that I really liked that I took of my son. And then I took another one of my daughter. She was not feeling well. So it's not I just thought she looked kind of like the holiday look. So anyway, I'll post them right now. But the one of my son I was really, really happy with. And obviously the detail is pretty amazing. So I don't use it much, but I'm using it more after I don't know why. I just never thought to put the 56 on it. So anyway. Yeah, it works pretty cool. And random comment. This is the little bag that came with the X100 lens hood, the metal lens hood, the bayonet's on. I always store it in here because I leave that hood and the adapter on my X100 all the time. I found this was actually a nice with the. You don't need the caps, but I have extras because I bought some. It works pretty nice. Just kind of keep this like this, tie it, keep it in your bag, and kind of nice for when you want it, but again, I don't use it that much. So that's that. Something else I wanted to talk about. I know this isn't Fuji related, but it's totally random. The iOS 9.2 that just came out. Anyway, I'm just reading my text messages, but this is the old Apple Lightning, or sorry, Thunderbolt. Maybe it's Lightning, I always forget. They have too many names for all the different ports they use, but to SD card, and they make one for USB as well. I got this some years back to use with my iPod, and my iPad mini, and it never worked on the iPhone. This is a 5S, but now it works. So with the 9.2 iOS update they just did, literally like this week, you can now plug in your SD card, and import the photos just like you used to on the iPad. And so basically, and this is literally just a screen grab earlier when I was importing some stuff, but you plug it in, and then this new option down here, hopefully this comes out in the camera alright, import pops up, and you can, just like before, select the images you want, do import all, import selected, and then you always want to keep them with a Fuji camera, because if you delete files off the SD card not via the actual camera's interface, you will corrupt the file structure and you'll get weird errors. So always keep them on the card. but you can import them and then have them quick. And what I like about this is my X Pro 1 and my X100S obviously don't have the Wi-Fi ability of the X-T1, and it's nice to be able to get them off my car, like when I'm out or whatever, get them on my phone, maybe throw a filter on them or adjust them. I use a camera bag too, the iPhone app, and I actually have the software on my computer, but make some quick edits or something, throw it on Instagram, text it to somebody, email it, whatever you want, and it's nice. Here's actually that portrait I was talking about of my son. But last thing I want to talk about is this guy. So I haven't been shooting as much film as I wanted, but I did get some rolls done actually in building up my next order from the darkroom. What I've shot so far recently. So this is the LomoChrome Purple. I bought this a long time ago. It took me forever to actually finish the roll in here, but saw some photos online of what it looked like. It's pretty interesting looking stuff. Kind of see some examples here. Pretty excited about it. It's expensive, but I'm hoping they came out kind of nice. I took some various stuff. I did some shots with the 65mm, which is like a normal lens on medium format, as well as the 45, which is a wider angle. I exposed at 200. They tell you can go anywhere from 100 to 400. I didn't really know where to start, so I just started in the middle. So that's this roll. I shot just another. I've shot this before, but I bought another 3-pack. This is the color 800 LomoChrome, 35mm obviously. Wasn't doing anything in particular. The high speed's nice. It's not the greatest film. It's not super sharp, but it's nice, and it's high ISO, and it's cheap. It's very cheap. What's it called? Portra 800. I've never bought for 35mm or 120, but it's way more expensive. And then this is something that is interesting. This stuff I've been buying off Amazon from some company called Mel Pierce Camera, and I bought a 5-pack, Pro Pack or whatever they call. They're all 36 exposure. And I shot a few rolls of it, got them back, and I was like, oh man, this is a really nice film, you know. The Fuji colors are there, it looks awesome. And they didn't have it in stock anymore, and I was pissed. And I was like, well, I gotta really save those last 2 rolls. And then they had it for sale again, like a month or 2 later, and I had left it in my cart or something. I don't know for how I found it. And I was like, okay, so I bought another box. And I've been checking periodically, and they still have it again. So maybe I'll grab a few more and stock them away. But honestly, I'm not shooting a lot of film these days, which I've gotten some negative comments on my channel about that. Here's the other LomoChrome Purple I bought that I have currently loaded up in my FM3A Nikon, and I've only shot like 2 or 3 exposures so far. But I'm going to see how it looks on 35mm. I have a 50 and an 85 Nikors, so I can get a little bit more reach with the 85 than this. We'll see how it looks. But yeah, I've been getting some criticism about the fact that I post a lot of digital stuff on this channel. But the point of the channel name is getting back into film. Got me more back into photography. Obviously, I was shooting digital too, and shooting film has gotten me into it. So, whatever. If people don't like that, I guess that's their opinion. But this camera, I wish I shot it more, because whenever I shoot I really enjoy it. It's so slow and methodical and different. But I was talking about high speed film. I'm thinking I'm going to buy, Amazon has a company selling Fuji Natura 1600. I think I'm going to pick up a roll of that. Obviously 35mm, just because I don't shoot anything that high speed. And then I was considering the Portra 800 for this camera. I've shot Lomography 800 120 film, and it was super grainy. Wasn't impressed with it. I basically was like, well, I'm not going to buy this again. The 800 on 35mm is not as bad, but their 120 800 film was just super grainy, and I wasn't digging it. So I don't want to do that. So I would assume the Portra 800 for 120 would be better quality. So I'll give that a shot. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been up to. shot I think since the last time I posted a video about film, I've shot some other rolls, but this is the recent stuff. Those Konica cameras I haven't been using as much. I've been basically just shooting my Fuji Class A S, my Nikon FM3A, and now this. The Konicas have sort of not been using that much, and I'm probably going to sell a couple of them because the FM3A is sort of like the pinnacle of 35mm when you want an SLR. Just awesome. Viewfinder's amazing. Everything about that camera is amazing. This obviously has the medium format look I really appreciate, and just the ergonomics of this camera are pretty sweet, pretty amazing actually. And then if I'm just kind of bored, I want a tiny camera to just take snapshots, the Class AS works really well. So that's what I've been doing. So I will be hopefully posting some more videos soon.